move either through B or through that little central
Yeah, it's
area. He's actually
Felito
spotted
spamming
somebody
into
below
the
him.
objective.
Or not. Or maybe not. Some spam in there.
Biggs is scoping down with a VSS, trying to get a pick on that B objective. But it's all smoked out. I don't see him much yet.
At the moment, 4v2 advantage for Showtime, with now some firing around Grimm's position. That's going to be around that B objective where he's in the first floor of it, with the door crack looking at the Charlie side of that objective.
But more about the map. Would you say it's more a assault-sided map or a defense-sided map?
See, I've always thought it was defense-sided. You get 3 objectives, and especially the B objective, it's really confined. So I've always thought that it's more of a defense-sided thing. It's now Showtime. Big Z taken down by PT Ranger Owens. So that makes it a 2v3. Loads of RPG spam coming out. I think they even shot 2 RPGs. They're just spamming the objective, the B objective top. Now PT Ranger Grim defending against one of the Showtime players, making a move. Meanwhile, Owens shot by Showtime Scorpion, which makes Grim have to make a move as he moves up, tries to attack him, and then gets taken down when he tries to go up those stairs at B objective by, that's going to be Scorpion, making it a 1-0 lead to Showtime.
Yeah.
Temple, what's your opinion on the map balance here?
See, I've not played much on it, but I definitely say it's a defense-sided map. But Showtime are making me look bad in that way, as they've just took the first round on assault. But I definitely say
PT Ranger.
It's a defense-sided map, but assault has its some advantages, especially with the RPG being able to spam some of the spots.
Yeah. There's a 6-minute map. It's quite a big map, so that could be, again, slightly in favor of defense. But on the other side, when I did play the map, which I think has been limited to 2, maybe 3 matches, I'm not even sure, I did find that defense was a lot harder than you initially expect, both because of the spam and because I found that it wasn't much spots you could really be in to mix it up. It was kind of predictable where you were going to be. Maybe that was my own inexperience at this map, but that's what I found on it. Looks like Owens is again up in that B objective looking down, and then he has in his back the remaining PT Rangers team who are scoping out the halls of the C side, as now Sam was taken down by Cocaine on that. I'm actually not sure where that is, Tempo.
I see him pushing on this B objective. They're both going to smoke it up. It looks like it's going to be a replay of what happened last round with Biggs and Fertilo pushing on that central B objective, but Scorpion taking down Slipknot again.
Alright. I see now where Cocaine took down Sam. That was at that little central courtyard area, which is right between the 3 objectives, if I do remember correctly. And now he's the Cocaine is pushing up to that Charlie area, as like you said, yeah, Big Z and his friendly there are spamming into B objective, and now there's a kill there by Owens' grenade on Ferlito for Showtime.
Yep, that was their RPG taken down, but Biggs picking up his RPG but missing the kill on Owens there up in that B objective.
I don't know if we saw that on the video, but Owens ran away literally half a second before that RPG hit. That was, I think that was maybe more luck than skill. He has Grim in his back, who is already getting peppered from the Charlie side, so PT Ranger definitely choosing to defend the Bravo objective, which I've seen most of the time in Village on defense, but it's a really small area. Right now, Charlie objective, which I think is also, I really think it should be defendable, but it's going down now, with Cocaine taking it for Showtime, and I would think that Showtime is going to take some time, wait for that objective to go down, get in position, and then make a final push. At the moment, it's 3v2, if I'm not mistaken, for Showtime's favor.
Yeah, Scorpion pushing. Looks like they're going to push from all sides here onto this B objective.
Yeah, Scorpion there having taken that back way.
Oh, and now being taken down by Owens below.
Yeah, Scorpion took that back way from the Charlie objective. There's a little back alley there. You can get into that B objective area, which is quite handy. That's now Owens taken down by a launch grenade coming in from that alpha side, while also Grim, his cover taken down, and that's it for PT Ranger, giving the 2-0 lead to Showtime now. I think PT Rangers is pushing up on the Charlie side, and they want to go there and get picks, but instead they're getting picked off themselves. Then they get confined into Bravo objective with too much time on the clock, giving Showtime all the time they need to get the picks and win that round.
But it looks like Showtime of doing the same again. Fertilo and Biggs pushing towards that A and B objective, with leaving the rest of the team pushing for South. Oh, Slipknot just got the kill on Cocaine with RPG.
That's correct. On the that was on the Alpha side though, wasn't it? Must have missed something there with RPG being deployed on that side. Although, as I'm saying that, actually maybe it wasn't, as now Alpha's being taken, and it's going to be going down any second now.
Well,
So it could be
Scorpion
mixing up this map.
try and get the pick back off if Slipknot has not still rotated back yet.
And Grim is pushed up really far on the Charlie side. I remember that area there because I think in the room that's next to him on the assault side, like where he's looking into basically, I think there he can stand like somewhere next to the wall and look all the way down the stairs or something like that. So I remember that. That's definitely on the Charlie side, which may be the south side, but really I have no idea anymore about the compass locations. I do know, however, that Big Z is smoking up the Alpha side entrance of Bravo objective and runs away then.
Slipknot just taking down Slipknot just taking down Scorpion with the RPG exactly the same spot where Cocaine was taken down. Scorpion was proning on the floor, trying to get the pick, but Scorpion was waiting for him.
Showtime, meanwhile, he put that smoke up, ran away, and then tried to flank around, but he walked into a doorway and got shot. He's still green, but he definitely took a hit. Now Showtime down by Owens, so that's Felicio Showtime down by Owens. That's on the other side of the map. So I think now the player I was just talking about, Big Z, is on his own, and he's injured. I'm not sure if he's going to bleed yellow. And he is still moving. He's moving back towards that smoke area there. He's going to take that RPG and try to get in, but he's going to need... neglect the yellow now. He's going to need a miracle to make that work. Tempo?
Well, he's just giving away his position now. Maybe their teammates, see Sam falling back. Oh no. They're staying all in their positions. They're not going to push him. They're going to wait for him to make the move and make it as easy for them as possible, but it's 4v1?
Yep. 4v1, a little bit grenade spam coming out there. They must surely realize he's there on his own, and you know, he's going to try to get an RPG kill. And oh, he would have gotten an RPG kill if it wouldn't have been the headshot taking him down from Grim just as he came around the corner. That was definitely a nice shot there, and making the score 2-1 still for Showtime. Tempo.
Yeah, Big's getting shot by the VSS weapon there. Quite a unusual weapon that you normally see in AA matches. You see him on these few Special Forces maps. But as things go on, it seems like it's going to be the same again. Nothing's really getting mixed up much.
Then again, I wonder how much you can mix up on Village, especially with, you know, I do still think maybe it is more defense-sided than assault-sided, and Showtime seems to have the rounds for it. So why shouldn't they? Why should they change?
Well, Cocaine's in confrontation here with group with Grim, but Cocaine taking Grim down there. Grim rushing towards that south, towards the C objective.
Owens now taken down by Big Z. Big Z was on the Alpha side. I think he went in the far window and sniped him off with that VSS. Yes, indeed he did. With Owens was in the little back alley next to B, where you can go to C from, and he just got sniped from a pretty far window with Showtime using that VSS. As you were saying, that weapon, I think.
Oh, Scorpion taking down Sam from C objective. He looks like he was falling back to help his teammates on that B objective. Oh,
and then
PT
right away,
Rangers Slipknot. Yeah, sorry.
Ferlito taken down by Slipknot there. And then Slipknot taken down by Showtime in his back. That was a pretty fast and furious round there, as we have now a 3-1 score to Showtime. It looked like, I'm not exactly sure how Sam died, but then what happened was Ferlito tried to get in the Alpha side of Bravo objective in the door there, but he got shot through that door by Slipknot. But right away, in his back, in Slipknot's back, was Cocaine to take him down and secure the round for Showtime. And I'm really not sure what happened to Sam. Have you maybe seen that tempo?
Yes, Sam was falling back to that B objective. Not 100% sure where he was. He was near south in that door. I can't really explain it much because I'm not 100% sure what the name of the maps are. But he was falling back to the B objective from towards south, and Scorpion shot him in the back. And
I just spotted
got the kill.
Slipknot with the RPG on the Charlie side in that hallway where I was talking about earlier in that room. As I'm saying it now, Sam is taken down by Cocaine, which I unfortunately missed. I just want to say about Slipknot, he was sitting there on that bottom stairs, and he's sitting there with the RPG, which, you know, if they pop in the door and you shoot the RPG, you have a sure kill. But I'm really sure that you can stand next to that wall and look all the way down the stairs, even through the door, and you would have seen, you know, Slipknot's position. And even if you would have seen it, there's nothing you could have done with the RPG. So if that's the sort of spots PT Rangers are using more often, then I'm going to have to agree with you that this is probably going to be going to Showtime pretty quickly. Did you see that kill, though? Because that's kind of an important event, obviously.
I was also watching Slipknot as well, but it seems like they haven't prepped a lot, PT Rangers. I think they've just gone over some standard tactics, not really checked out some spots. But yeah, I'd agree with that spot. If they would have gone straight to the left instead of leaning out the door, he wouldn't have been seen. But when he would have shot his RPG, it probably would have hurt him as well.
And
but
that's
it was
pretty
pretty,
coming out from
pretty
Cocaine.
spot.
Yeah, they're just basically having Cocaine for Showtime clearing that whole south side, Charlie side. And then behind him, quite far behind him, is another team. I'm not 100% sure who that is, but they keep their distance from each other, so definitely expect possible RPGs. And it does look pretty well prepared, like they know how to take every corner and where they want to have their people positioned at. So I do think Showtime maybe put a bit more time in preparing. As I'm saying that, though, I realize we haven't really done a full roster rundown yet, so I'm just going to quickly go through that now. We have, for Showtime, we have Big Z, Scorpion, Cocaine, and Ferlito. And for PT Ranger, we have Sam, Owns, Grim, and Slipknot.
Yeah, I'm just watching Scorpion and Cocaine now, and they're pushing on that C objective, working well together, covering each other. But no, that's his
Owens now
teammate
putting
here.
fire out on the alpha side of Bravo, and he's in a pretty questionable position there on that roof, not in the objective, but on the roof. He has made contact, so they must know he's there. And I think he was shooting at, probably Big Z was crawling there with his VSS. Now he's actually gone back in. You know, that roof, that would be very, very, very dangerous. You know, they can nade over the wall and spam nade you like that. And if the RPG doesn't go in the window but hits anywhere on the wall, you're definitely injured. And if you're unlucky, you're probably dead. So that was really
Slipknot
risky.
taking down Cocaine, leaning out the door again, taking him out as they're pushing on that B objective. But Scorpion now trying to retaliate and get him, but he's now fallen back.
Big Z still doing a lot of crawling around on that alpha side of Charlie, and he hasn't. I don't think he's taken any hits yet, even though he did a lot of crawling, got a lot of fire on him, and he's now falling back. But Ferlito actually tried to retaliate, but I don't think he got any hits on Owens, who's still up there in that B objective. Just quite a bit of shooting, but not a lot of actual hitting on that side of the map so far. What's happening on the other side map? Oh, the other side of the map. Excuse me, there. Tempo.
We've got Scorpion just waiting for sorry, I'm getting mixed up with the names here. They're all similar. With Slipknot trying to make a move. He's I think his Scorpion's trying to wait for him to make a push or something, and Slipknot's trying to think the same, waiting for either one to push.
Yeah, Big Z's come
now
over to
metal.
Scorpion side. Yeah, and
Yeah.
PT Ranger is completely confined in that Bravo objective. 1.5 minutes on the clock. Looks like Showtime has Big Z is going to be the one to push the most. Big Z and Scorpion coming in from the Charlie side. Now Scorpion taking down.
Oh, Slipknot getting the 3, man.
Showtime taking. Yeah.
And then Owens picking up Ferlito, rushing from the other side, and that's a Portuguese Rangers side. But that was just awesome RPG there.
That was class RPG. I just wanted to say what the assault tactic was going to be. It was going to be Big Z and Scorpion coming in from that Charlie side. And right when I was saying that, was RPG coming out from that little back alley in B where just before just before I was saying that Scorpion had put a 203 in that alley and thought it was clear, and he moved up, and then he got the RPG retaliate, and that killed both him and Big Z, and then Ferlito was alone on the other side, and he probably figured, well, you know, I'm gonna be like 1v3 no matter what I do. Might as well go quickly and hope I can confuse them. But nothing happened there, and he was taken down. And right now, Cocaine is taken down by PT Ranger, and it was a direct shot. So I think that's gonna be on the Charlie-ish side of the map. Did you see that one, Jempo?
No, unfortunately not. I'm just flicking through now. Saw Scorpion picking up Grim to get back for Cocaine. But I apologise for last round. The Slipknot did not get a free man with the RPG. It was 2. It was just from the last kill he got on Cocaine.
Yep, and we now have PT Ranger falling back. They got one death. They got a kill. So it's 3v3 situation. I've seen them fall back quite a bit now, with Sam also moving into the B area, and then they have Slipknot sitting again in that alley in the back where he got the kills from last time, sitting all the way in the back there. And Owen's upstairs in that B building. It looks to me like they want to push up and get a pick, but they also recognize that the hallway system on that side of the map. I just seen the kill there that Scorpion had made, because I see Ferlito and I see the corpse basically laying right next to him on that alpha side. That's the alpha bottom side, right below the alpha objective. That's where the Showtime member went down. But it looks like as soon as they lose a player, they pretty much have to fall back, because they can't keep everything. Or what also might be going on is that they choose to get the one pick and then fall back no matter what, which I think would maybe be a bit too fast, given that it's still a 6-minute map. But if it's because they lost a player that they had to fall back, then that's a bit risky, because you're going to have gaps in your defense, and you can get, you know, you only need one unlucky shot on you, and you got to run back and sit in B, which is, I don't think it's defendable for a long period of time. Right now, though, Scorpion crawling in towards B from that Charlie side, he's got his eyes on that alley, where we know the RPG for PT Ranger is sitting, but he's sitting very far back. Now Showtime tried to...
Oh, he still gets the kill, though!
I thought that was a complete failure. He tried to get a nade in that little door on the Charlie side in B, inside the B chartable area. He's very red. He's so red he's even dropping his gun and nades at the moment. He expects to bleed out, and he's dropped everything he can just to help his friends. And he got hit. He threw his nade in the air because it probably got hit right when he wanted to throw it. And I think the nade landed right in front of the door and still got the kill on... who was that kill on?
It was on Grim. Oh, Sam, sorry, that grenade. Sam had the door cracked open, and Scorpion tried to jump around the corner, throw the nade through the door, and it missed completely, but still got the kill. I was quite surprised. Either Sam tried to move out the way, but instead of moving out the way, went to the open part of the door and got picked off by the grenade. But Scorpion looks like he's stopped bleeding now.
My is not very good, but I think the Showtime people are talking something about a headshot or something. I'm not sure what's going on there. It looks like Scorpion stopped bleeding, like you said. He's going to regroup with his friend Leeds Ferlito, who's got the RPG and who's trying to move in from the alpha side, putting up more spam there. Looks like that one actually didn't go off. Had that gone off, that might have well injured Slipknot quite badly. He's standing pretty much in that smoke that got spammed with that RPG. So
well, it is 2v2 with just over 2 minutes left on the clock. I think Slipknot will probably get the pick off Ferlito. Yep. Is Scorpion going to be pushing? No, he's too red. Oh, misses the shot. No, Owen's not moving, knowing where the last player is.
Yeah, Scorpion being in that little alley. Next, in that back alley in B. He's actually moving further in that to reload. They have an RPG on that alley, so surely he can't make that. Owens could even run up and look out the window. Some spamming flash grenade coming out there.
I think because of the rounds that Showtime's got, they want to play as defensive as possible, but Owens is now doing that push, oh no. Just flashing him to try and hold him back to get as much time as possible.
Yeah. Scorpion has realized he can't make that push through the alley. He's got to try something else. See if he gets lucky again this round, although I think he's used his luck for this round. He surely can't get lucky like that again. But we'll see.
Well, there's 55 seconds left on the clock. He's red.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go past he's gonna have to go past Owens, who's sitting there looking out the window. What I'm not sure is if he moves close to the wall next to Owens, gets to the door, he can get to that door without being noticed, and he can get in. And then
I think he's going to get picked off right here, unless Scorpion knows to spam that spot. Oh, he knows that someone's going to be there. He's just prone under the window.
Yep. He just avoided that one enemy.
25 seconds left.
He's going for the RPG on CQB, but then even if he does make that, he doesn't have the time, I think, to get the second kill. And as I say that, Slipknot has positioned himself quite well, quite far back. There's just no time for Showtime to get this round.
PT Rangers know they've got to hide for the last seconds.
Yeah. And Owen's actually picking up the kill in that last second. Yep. He didn't even have to anymore at that point. He could have walked away and just made it 100% sure, but really it already was 100% sure. At the moment we have a side swap, and we have a 3-3 score with PT Rangers coming off of defense, going on assault right now. I think that's good for them, for Showtime. But then again, you know, 3-3 score, who knows? Maybe this map is not as defense-sided as we've said it was. Jempo.
Well, we'll see how Showtime will set up. Maybe PT Rangers wasn't defensive enough, or they just didn't have the right spots to lock it down. But the thing with Assault, they need to spread their team quite a lot to get all three objectives, unless they all push, which could be quite a failure to try and get the kills instead of the objectives.
Yep.
But
we're going to go live
we'll go
again in about 5 seconds. I'm quickly doing a roster rundown and kills death rundown. For PT Rangers, we have Sam for 0-5, 0 kills, 5 deaths. Then we have Owens 6-3, Grim 2-4, Slipknot 8-3. Then for Showtime, we have Biggs, or Big Z, who is 2 for 4, Scorpion 7-4, Cocaine 6-3, and Showtime 0-5. At the moment we're live, and in the first assault round for PT Rangers. Tempo.
Yep, it seems like Felito's picking up the spot that Owens had, but in this case they've got an RPG watching it from above this time instead of below.
PT Rangers seems to be going for a 3-1 split with Grim going off on his own. He's in that. He's pretty much using the same spots that I still remember to attack that complete. I think I just have a vague memory that that's the south side of the map, so it may well be. It may well not be.
Yeah, he's pushing the south towards the C objective, and he's got the VSS with him, which I thought they would have took towards the A ammunitions and then taken it
he's
to
going
cover
completely
B.
on his own. He's going completely on his own through those hallways, which is pure CQB fighting. That's, you know, all the way up until you get in that Charlie courtyard, it's all CQB. And he's now in that abandoned building area where he's about to get to that stairway. The other 3 PT Rangers members have gone towards Alpha. I'm pretty sure they have taken that objective by now.
But I like the spot that Scorpion's at the minute. He's got like the whole side of that map covered in a kind of gay spot, if you want to call it. He knows when they're going to be pushing up to the left, and if they jump around the corner, he's got them as well. It's quite a good spot.
What I wonder now about is I've been following Grim because I'm wondering how he's going to push that side on his own. He's going to go very slow. He's peeking a lot, which is a smart thing to do. He's now probably in the most dangerous area if they're actually defending the site, which, as far as I can see, they're not, the Showtime players. But he himself peeked on the top of those stairs down, next to that wall, looking all the way down the stairs. So they must have known that you can see all the way down without having to... Oh, now we have a team kill coming out for PT Rangers with Sam.
Yeah, it's a team flash, I believe.
Team flash, actually. But they must have known that if Grim uses that little trick. But then I wonder why they still put their RPG up there when you just, you know, you can see that the guy is there and even shoot him without the RPG being effective. So I think that's kind of a weird set of circumstances there. As Grim is now finally about to get onto the Charlie courtyard, and that, you know, there's no way negative. He has to take his time as much as he possibly can.
But if I look correctly, it looks like they smoked up that tunnel, and it looks like they're all going to push C objective together. They're all going to try and push it from each side.
Yep, it definitely does look like that. I think
something about to go off here though with Scorpion, and not sure who PT
Grim has
Rangers
hooked
are
up
pushing.
with his friendlies.
Oh, but he
I think Grim's
closed the
friendlies-
door. He just let one of the enemies run straight past him.
On which side is that? Where is that happening? I did not see that.
Scorpion just let an enemy just run straight in front of him. They're probably going to try and get. He's going to try and get the gay kill later on. There's another one, but this time he actually shoots him. But now he's going to get shot from the objective and also from the other side. He should have shot
taken down from the
Sam
guy
when he ran past.
Past him. Yeah. I think he tried to be smart there. I think he tried to be smart there and get more than one kill on his gay spot, if you want to call it that, like he did before. But then Sam actually had gone prone into that completely scorched earth black area, and then with the camo that he probably has, he probably has a completely black skin for Slipknot or for Showtime. So he just didn't see him and he ran straight into him, and that at least he got the one kill, and I think he got the RPG, which always helps. So
yeah, which looks like Grim will be picking up now. Oh no, he's going to be picking up his SF gun instead. But I think Scorpion wanted to let them all run past and then get behind them and just shoot all three of them in the back or something. Because to let one person run past, he must have had something in mind, because he knew that he would have had to give his position away at one point.
Yeah.
But
he wouldn't have been able to actually let them completely pass either, because you have to take that objective. You have to go up in that window, basically right across from him, and you're gonna just notice him when you take that objective. So he couldn't have waited all the way until the push on Bravo started and then come in behind. He had to make, he had to get something done. So he did what he could, and he got one kill out of it, which I wouldn't have expected more, but he tried it. So it's always a good idea.
But Grim now with RPG and Scorpion's SF gun, but all three bunched up together there. I think they need to spread out a bit, because one nade in there could take all three.
Where is the RPG for Showtime?
For Showtime, I think it's still up
upstairs.
in the still in the window.
They're using the RPG to block out the A side, but also very much the back alley. But that's not
40 seconds left. So there's going to be a lot going on in these last seconds.
Yeah, PT Ranger now in the bottom of that building.
Big's taking down Sam.
Taken down by Showtime. Yeah, but Big. That's right. Chempo, take it away.
Oh, Cocaine taking down Owens, and then Grim taking down Biggs. Felito trying to shoot down there. Missing the kill, and then getting team killed. Oh, that was bad communication between the team there. Oh, Grim could have got the clutch there. 10 seconds left.
1v1.
Cocaine's probably... Is he smart enough to run away? Or... Grim chasing him down. Yeah, that's game to
both players screened, so there was no way he was going to catch him like that. And the round then going to Showtime. But that was close. That was almost giving it to PT Rangers when they already had it in that 2v1 situation, but then the TK coming out.
I just don't know what happened within the team, because Felito was on that roof for quite a while, so either Cocaine was a bit excited, a bit scared, and just shot the first thing he saw and ended up being his teammate.
It probably had something to do with that AK, the Aksu being used instead of a M4 or anything like that, so maybe just shooting at the sound. But, he should have known, because the PT Rangers were not coming from that side at all. They were all coming from the other side. So that was kind of a weird team kill. At the moment, PT Ranger moving up again, taking that alpha objective. I think last time what happened was, that's what they're doing this time too. PT Ranger moves up with 3 people, take the alpha objective as secure as possible. They just take their time, and they completely cover that area, so there's no rushes from Showtime or any other little tricks or things they do. And then they have the one player, which is, who was that again? I just forgot his name. Grim. Yeah, there you go. Grim. He is moving up all the way on that south side of the map, all the way now on that abandoned, broken building, whatever it is. He's now at the top of that staircase there. And he clears that side. And then the 3 players that take A, they come through that little central courtyard area towards C and link up with Grim when he is at the door to go on the actual Charlie courtyard, close to the defense spawn. And that's actually where he is now, at that door, ready to go in that courtyard. And he's going to be joined there, I think, by his friendlies coming from the door right next to that. So they all go on the Charlie courtyard from that side. And like Big Z is actually standing. If you look at Big Z, the door on his left, I think, actually leads to that courtyard where the PT Rangers guys will be coming from, but they will not be using that door. They'll be using the door more towards the other side of Charlie.
But Biggsy now falling back to that B, with Scorpion getting taken down by Sam. Wasn't 100% sure where that went, but Sam is...
That was in that central courtyard area, where I said they were going to move through, which they got that kill from, I do believe. And now they're going to move up with Slipknot taking point towards that Charlie. Yeah, they're all three bunched up there, and then they have basically on their left, I believe, their friendly Grim. They will all move up on that courtyard and push it up again.
There's 3 minutes left, and they're all bunched up together.
Yeah,
Don't
like
they
I
have
said,
a smart move?
met up with Grim. They met up with Grim. They came through from that central courtyard area where they picked up the kill, and Grim came from all the way on that other door, all the way on the south side of the map, I believe that is. And they met up, and they're gonna go for Charlie all together. So they went 3 guys Alpha, then they have 4 guys going Charlie. Then they all go into to the B objective. Last time we did see that they all basically pushed from the Charlie side, from the Charlie tunnel, and I think the back alley wasn't used up until all the way at the end when the TK came out, when I think Ferlito got TK'd. And now at the moment we have that Overwatch position, we have a player in there. Is that actually not... that is actually a teammate. That is a PT Ranger player. I was not sure. I could not recognize the skins from that range. So they're pretty much forcing themselves to attack that B area from only 2 sides max, unless they want to suddenly run all the way back to A, which could be quite risky. Now that attack coming in, with, Sam taken down by Cocaine, was prone at that door on the tunnel, and they have the RPG looking at the back alley, as it does look like Showtime has figured out that they don't really have to be too afraid of getting attacked from the Alpha side. So Showtime is completely locking down that tunnel, the back alley. Tempo.
PT Rangers doing the same again. They're all bunching up in a 3. Cocaine was to bounce a grenade off that wall, and all 3 would die. I think they need to spread out a bit more and just cover one another instead of just sitting on each other pretty much, waiting for one to push.
Yep.
But Cocaine now fighting.
3v3. And we have Slipknot moving to the back of that RPG through that back alley. Now Grim and Owens taken down by Ferlito and Cocaine respective. Cocaine probably at that door. Where did Ferlito get his kill? Jumpo.
I think he was looking onto... I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like he rushed. I think he just rushed straight from that south tunnel all the way towards the ladder where Ferlito is now on that roof.
Alright. At the moment
But
we
they
have,
see the door open.
we had Slipknot trying to get through that back alley, but right when he opened the last door to get into the actual alley, his friendlies died. He decided to turn around. He now spams, he takes down Ferlito, who was in that alley, I think. And now he tries to get a pick on the door on his side with 45 seconds on the clock. And I believe he's 1v2 with Cocaine against him directly, actually shooting at him. On the other side was Biggsy, who was giving Cocaine the backup cover so he cannot get rushed. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. And now we have Cocaine taking down Slipknot there, as that round also goes to Showtime with a 5-3 score. Obviously these rounds all pretty important because weapons cache is E. I do believe definitely defense sided. So the more rounds you get here, the better it's going to be. Tempo?
I was just expecting there to be another team kill. Maybe Biggs getting a bit excited and then trying to get the kill, and then taking out Cocaine because they both crossed each other's line of fire. So it could have been something bad happening for them now, but as we go to the start round, Ferlito not going to be up in the...
Not sure what Scorpion's doing right now. He took a long time to spawn, and he has now spawned. You know, he was standing at spawn for quite a while, not doing anything. He's now put up a smoke grenade in a position where I don't know why you would put up a smoke grenade there. And now he's forming a crossfire ambush with him laying basically right next to the roof that the defense players spawn on. You just jump off, get in that little alley between those 2 roofs, and he's laying there, and his friendly, the RPG, I believe that's going to be... it's actually not the RPG, because the RPG is in the back alley for a B, that's for Lido. But his friendly... I'm just quickly have to cycle through these players.
It's Biggs with a VSS. It's Biggs with the VSS looking across the map. They're going to be covering each other's back.
I thought it was RPG because he had something on his back, but obviously this map you have more people that carry 2 weapons right from the get-go. So they're going to try to get that crossfire ambush on the Charlie side, as they must have realized that that is the main entry point for PT Rangers, and that's why they have a whole bunch of people bunching up on completely open fields with absolutely no cover.
Team attack with a grenade there. Filito leaning out and getting hit by his friendly's grenade.
Ferlito being the player with the RPGs is kind of crucial. I mean, if you're yellow with the RPG, it makes you even more vulnerable. That's not a good place to be. He's still green. I think he's gonna bleed. Lots of smoke on that alpha side tunnel. I think that's just smoke to prevent visibility and any, attacks of opportunity for shots. Now PT Ranger taken down by that crossfire ambush, Slipknot, and he has another friendly laying right next to him, basically, almost in his corpse. He has no idea what's going on. He's taken down as well. That's going to be Sam. So
he's going to be covered. Oh, it's working well. It's working well. Big's just pulling him off as not 100% who was just about to shoot him from above.
Yeah.
Grim was just about to shoot Scorpion from above, but Big's covering him, making Grim having to fall back.
And they are using those silenced weapons, and they have that automatic silenced loads of kills now. Ferlito taken down by Owens, that's in the actual B objective. And then Owens immediately taken down by Cocaine. Cocaine holding a B objective, playing pretty good so far. I mean, he's picking up a lot of kills. And the crossfire ambush on Charlie definitely still holding. Big Z now actually going out and covering the Charlie objective from across. And they have used those silenced weapons to completely disorient PT Rangers, and they did not know what was going on until about 2 players were dead. And even then, they must have not been 100% sure, as they still kept walking into Big Z. And it looks like Showtime, Scorpion, and Big Z know the last enemy is with them. They're actually attacking him now as he is in the stairs towards the Charlie objective. That's going to be Grim, and he gets taken down in the back by Scorpion. Scorpion picking up 3 big kills there in that ambush, with Big Z doing a lot of good covering work. Definitely nice ambush to see work there with the silenced sniper rifle and the silenced M4 making that work. Tempo.
Yeah, it's 6-3 now to Showtime. I didn't see Grim making a clutch there, being 3v1. A lot of players in, yeah, and being covered from quite a lot of positions as they knew where he was. But yeah, 6-3 to Showtime. I see them probably winning this round as well and winning the map.
I have to say, I'm not sure if it's about maps or rounds in this tournament. Unfortunately, I've not been informed about that, and obviously I'm not really into the AA scene too much. I'm definitely not into the Portuguese AA scene, so we're just going to have to see if they keep playing, if Showtime wins another round, or if they say, okay, we've won the map, and go to the next map. But it looks like Showtime is going to take this map, and they're going to take it pretty big, which means that Web Scatter Z is going to be that much easier for them, especially if they manage to start on defense there, which I think they should, because they are starting on assault here. So it might be a kind of short match from now on. Tempo.
Well, it being the final, I'm guessing it will go on the rounds 1.
This is pretty clever now. Just sorry to interrupt you there, but look at Scorpion and Big Z. We have Scorpion under that spawn roof area, completely staying in cover, so nobody sees him. If I spectate him, it looks very buggy. I can see through walls and stuff like that. Obviously, he can't do that. And then we have again Big Z covering him. And I think what they will do this time is they will have Big Z come out first with shooting. This is just my prediction here, so that the PT Rangers team thinks, oh, they thought the ambush worked so well last time, they're doing the exact same thing. And they will react to that. And then...
But it being a 3-man push and 2 nades getting taken down. And also Filito getting the next kill. They all tried to do a 4-man push on that B objective through the tunnel. One RPG, side, I believe. Yeah, the first RPG taking down Owens, and then Cocaine with a grenade into the tunnel, taking down Sam and Grim, and then Filito picking up the last kill on Slipknot with the RPG as he was going up the ladder and winning the round for...
That did seem a little bit desperate there from PT Rangers, where they wanted to just push through from that big tunnel and force their way into Bravo, because they're obviously not getting in from the other side. But that was shut down pretty hard there. I think they actually sacrificed one player, it was Owens, to pick up the RPG and then try to just rush through and get up close and personal and pick up a couple of kills, especially knowing that last time Scorpion and Big Z have not been there, which is exactly what they're doing again now. They're basically trying to replicate the ambush from last round that I was talking about, which obviously they didn't put into action because they were just not having any enemies there. I do think they will have the PT Rangers guys coming through the Charlie side again this time. But PT Rangers trying to go for that 4v2 push and hoping it would be enough to sacrifice a player and get in, kill 2 guys, and then have a 3v2 advantage. But instead, they just got naded pretty hard and could not get through there at all. Tempo.
Yeah, there's only 2 rounds left. Showtime already winning the map now with a 7-3. But following out the rounds now to get as many rounds as possible for when they play weapons cache, which I don't see them struggling much on that map either, but you never know what PT Rangers might pull out the bag. But Slipknot going to be pushing on this south here with the RPG. Owen's already in the courtyard trying to look for any of this ambush tactics again.
Yeah, like I said before, I think what's going to happen is they're going to walk into that area where they got ambushed last time. Nothing's going to happen first. Then they move a little bit further. Then Big Z, who's actually all the way into Charlie, prone next to the gate, will start shooting at them. They will realize that, you know, that they're getting ambushed again. They will probably take cover for a while, maybe smoke or nade him. Big Z will probably fall back at that point. And then when they're all busy focusing on Big Z, we're probably going to see Scorpion come out of that little hole that he's in, that little crawling space in that completely bombed building, I think that is, where you have all the rubble where you can crawl on, and try to pick off 1 or 2 guys in the back. And I don't know how good PT Rangers know this map, and they might not realize that he's there when he picks 1 guy off and then just immediately gets out of sight again. We're going to see that now as Big Z takes down Slipknot, who was crawling there and actually checking the spot that Scorpion was in last time just to make sure. And exactly when he did that, he got shot in the back with that full-auto sniper rifle. I think that was 3 or 4 shots.
Oh,
and he was
Scorpion sneaking out, sees 2 of them, takes down the front guy. Oh, he didn't take down the second guy. That was quite weird.
Has he seen him?
Yeah, he's seen him. He's just reloaded. He must not have reloaded from last time. But Scorpion's now pinned down in there. I don't see him getting any more kills from that position.
Spotted. He has been spotted.
And now
Big Z trying to cover him. That's correct. I saw what happened there on the end. I didn't see Scorpion's first kill, but then what happened was Big Z immediately came back, tried to get the cover, hoping that PT Ranger would fall for it and actually push a guy up there, all the way towards the hole to shoot in it. But they did take him down with a explosive from range, so there was not another kill coming from that ambush. So that's a 2-to-1 trade in players there, basically. So PT Ranger is making progress on that compared to last time they got ambushed there, but it's still very much in favor of Showtime.
I wasn't 100% sure why Scorpion didn't get to pick up the second kill. He had 2 of the enemies in his sight, both proning up the road, looking towards Biggs, but just taking out the front guy, thinking that the silencer, they wouldn't hear where it came from, and waiting for the third guy in the objective to hopefully jump down and get both of them.
He didn't seem to have a jam or anything like that. He was just reloading. Maybe he clicked that reload button a little too fast. Maybe he thought he already had the kill, you know? Things can happen like that. I've seen now Cocaine, though, moving up in that central... I think that's that central courtyard area. He was really aggressive there. He got yellow. I'm not sure if he actually got hits in there, but I think he was perhaps too aggressive, just thinking, oh, we got all these kills now, we're doing so good, let's just go for it. And did not seem to have the actual effect that he wanted there yet, but the time is very low. And PT Rangers being forced to attack again from that Charlie Gate area. Taking some nades, throwing some nades. I don't think anybody got hit. They have 2 players alive, and they have to go through RPGs and grenades that are all waiting for them, knowing that they will come from that area. I think we're going to see an RPG kill fairly soon. And there's to say that we have the RPG kill coming out with Sam being that immediately prompts the remaining PT Ranger player, Grim, to move out and try to get through as the RPG is reloading. But obviously Big Z also knows that, sitting in that door waiting for him, probably with the smoke out, just spamming, and actually getting the kill there on Grim, giving an 8-3 lead to Showtime.
I don't think Scorpion and Big Z will be doing that tactic now. It looks like they're going to be a bit aggressive on south there, both rushing towards that. I'll be keeping an eye on them too, see what will be happening. But by the looks of things, it is a 3-man push towards the
I think
south.
the key difference between the defense of PT Ranger and Showtime is that they've both understood that south is a key area for attacking, and you definitely want to have some gay spots or just defense spots or ambushes or whatever set up on that south side. But it seems that PT Rangers fell back way earlier than Showtime. Showtime not only picking up kills, but even more important, picking up so many precious minutes. Sometimes not even by being there, but just by having been there in the previous round, they force PT Ranger to check all the corners and to take their time and to not go too fast. And this leads to situations where sometimes it's even been 2v2 or 3v3, I believe. As now, actually, I'm just going to quickly interrupt that. Scorpion is fighting on the south side, taking down Grim on those hallways. He didn't take any hits himself. He's completely in the last room before the Charlie Courtyard, now moving onto the Charlie Courtyard himself. And that's a crucial early pick, as he's now moving all the way back towards the room. He's going prone, probably with a 203 out, possibly even just his gun, on the street next to the Charlie building. But what I was saying there is that you see situations where, player-wise, Showtime did not even have an advantage. They were just pretty much tied with that, with those numbers. But they had time working for them so much with 1 minute, maybe 1 minute 30 on the clock, and one objective to go. And now what's actually going on? I did not see that Chimpo.
Yeah, Slipknot getting taken out by Big Z, and then Felito, as they was pushing through that B tunnel.
Alpha side gate.
Yep, got blown up by Felito's RPG. But the two people now, it looks like
pushing it now.
Yeah, gonna try and rotate behind them and get some picks. Trying to
It's just the
close
one
them in.
player left now. It's a 4v1. They just want to know where he is probably, and keep him there. But as I was just saying before in my very lengthy essay on the difference between these teams, is that now we have a central courtyard fight with Cocaine coming behind PT Ranger Sam, taking him down without any problems. I think Sam was just switching guns when that was happening, and now it looks like Showtime has won the match 9-3. Not the match obviously, but this map, and the game gives on the won the match message. I'm gonna go switch to the second map now, which is weapons casualty. But as I was saying, when those situations happened, Showtime had a minute and a half on the clock, and that last objective to go. While PT Rangers, when they were defending, they sometimes had 3 minutes that they had to defend that last objective. I just don't think you can defend it that long. Jumpo?
Yeah, just being a bit confused here why the whole team's left the server. I'm just wondering if we're going to a server change, or
Yeah,
just going to find out.
There is a second map.
Or we was
Yeah,
told
that's
that there was
happening
going to be a
as well,
weapons cache.
Yeah.
Essie.
I demand some weapons casualty action now.
Slipknot, the only person still left in the server. I don't know 100% what is going on at the minute.
Now, unfortunately, we're not exactly sure if there's going to be more action on this server and they're just changing something, or if we have to change it ourselves. What do you think about the? I mean, I would have liked to do a last kills death rundown, but everybody's left right away, so I can't. I have no idea how the actual kills have been. I think Cocaine was doing very good for Showtime. I've definitely noticed that, and a Scorpion at the end also, especially with Big Z help with those ambushes. Scorpion seems to be picking up most of the kills, but that was some nice play by all those players. On the PT Ranger side, I'm not exactly sure who was getting the most kills. I only know Slipknot, who's still on here, who's 9 for 9, which I guess for if you've lost 9-3, 9 for 9 is not bad. But I can't really tell you anything more than that anymore, unfortunately.
Slipknot getting kicked now.
Emperor, what do you think about that match?
Well, I think Felito on the assault, I don't know by the end of the match if he still had no kills, but he definitely seemed to have picked it up on defense with that RPG, getting quite a few kills. I think he played a lot better on that side. But Cocaine and Felito were locking down that B objective very well. I don't think one round they got through. Well, they didn't lose one round at all on defense Showtime. So it definitely seems like if you got some good tactics and you can work well together, that it is a defense-sided map.
Oh yeah, and use the clock. I think that was the big key here. Using that clock was the big difference, I do believe, between the two teams, as I have been talking about for the last 2 rounds. And also, at some point, I think PT Rangers just showed that they maybe prepared a bit less, both with their spots on the defense, but also with, for example, their 4-man push on Assault. It may have worked against a team that was unprepared, but it was quite obvious Showtime wasn't unprepared, and they really didn't have a lot of problems to handle even a maybe more unorthodox tactic like that, which is maybe a little bit more Russian-inspired, running at them, trying to overrun them style, but none of that was working. Tempo.
Yeah, definitely. It seemed like Showtime was using the last few seconds to try and to worry them, worry PT Rangers, to make them like run away in some words and just try and get the picks. But it seemed like Portuguese Rangers was not using time at all. But when Showtime did win a round on Assault in less than 2 minutes, I think it was 1 minute 30 that they won one round. So it does show that you can win rounds without time sometimes, but you just have to work well together and get into them positions and get the kills.
Yeah, definitely. It seems now that we've been informed that this was actually a one-map match, and we've been informed incorrectly prior to this cast, unfortunately. So there's not going to be any weapons casualty. This was the match. This was the Portuguese America's Army. What was it again? Squad Tactics. I don't know what it was. It was some final task force. There you go.
Task force. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the Portuguese Task Force America's Army finals between Showtime and Portuguese Rangers, going for a pretty solid 9-3 victory towards Showtime. We've been casting for e-rev. I'm Orange Devil. Co-casting with me has been Tempo, and our videocaster has been DGR. We hope you enjoyed the cast. We definitely did enjoy this match. Go to www.e-rev.tv for more casts on both America's Army, Call of Duty 4. We also have, I believe, Counter-Strike Source and Day of Defeat. We have an archive there. You can access loads of previous casts, and I'm sure we also have an agenda there that shows you upcoming casts. We have a forum to chat about all kinds of great stuff, and we have an IRC channel on, I believe that is also e-rev on GameSurge. I do believe that is.
QuakeNet, sorry.
I'm sure. QuakeNet, actually. Well, there we go. I'm again completely misinformed. But do hang out there as well. And we hope you've enjoyed the cast. Good night. Tempo, you have anything to add?
Yeah, it's been great tonight. Second cast tonight. First match a bit more fast-paced, and this one being a bit, slow-paced, not as much action as what happened on Urban. But yeah, it's been a good night, and thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Good night.